Good morning, family. I just wanted to share a word of encouragement on this morning. I'm hoping and praying that this day meets you with peace, this day meets you with love, this day meets you with courage, and this day meets you with wisdom. And that you understand, you know the power of the Most High, Yahushua HaMashiach. You know the power that the Most High has in your life, and that the Most High has not given up on you, so you don't dare give up on yourself. I wanted to leave you with this word of encouragement because as I grow, as I begin to understand my life, I want to share what I also know that may be able to help someone else. Um, this morning, I wanted to touch on depression. I wanted to touch on anxiety and different things. Just a brief message. So, we, a lot of times in this life, we're trying to figure out what is wrong with us. Why are these things bubbling up? But these things are like, I guess, I don't want to say side effects, but these things are symptoms from what's bubbling beneath the surface. And I just want to say that those are demonic strongholds that are beneath the surface. And there can be plenty of strongholds, more than one, playing out. And so it comes to the surface by way of anxiety. It comes to the surface by way of depression. It comes to the surface by people acting out in various ways. But when you get with the Creator and you figure out what is wrong, why are these things keep replaying out in my life? See, one thing I've learned about myself is that you cannot fix a problem until you know what the root of the problem is, where this issue comes from. You have to figure out what is the root before you can actually get healed and delivered from it. And that was one thing in my life that I've always, because I didn't always know what the root of my issues were. That's the one thing in my life that I've been asking the Creator my whole life. I've sat in so many counselor chairs, and they could only tell me a piece of what was going on with me. Hey, good morning. I I'm just sharing my heart this morning. I went to so many different doctors, and they could only tell me a little bit. But when I got with the Most High, everything started coming to the surface. And then it became clear as to why I was dealing with certain things. I'll give you an example, depression. And the Most High made it extremely apparent to me that there are strongholds and that there was an attack on my identity. And there were things that, and I apologize if I don't look too closely at what is being said. Good morning, Chasing Christ. Good morning, everyone. The Most High made it apparent as to why I was going through what I was going through. But the Most High also told me that deliverance is yours, that healing is yours, and that the enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy. But when you know what you're fighting up against, then you have the opportunity to win. When you can see what is coming at you. And it just made it so apparent. So I wanted to speak with everyone this morning to say that it is so empowering to know what's going on, and it's so empowering to believe in the identity that the Most High has given you versus what every these strongholds that we've been dealing with. And I could give another example of, you ever see a tree planted in the ground, and you see this tree blossoming so beautifully. Well, you have to understand it's where the tree is planted. It's what's underneath the surface that makes the tree so beautiful. That can be said on the opposite side as well. So I wanted to say to anybody that may be struggling with something, you may be struggling today only because it's an attack on your identity. The enemy, whatever demons that have attached themselves to you through child trauma, through whatever things that you have decided to indulge in this life, will never have the victory over you. But you have to be willing to fight daily. The fight is just not a I'm a fight for 6 months and give up. You have to fight daily. This what was told to me by the Most High on this morning. And I woke up and the Most High told me, you are not these certain things. You are not this particular thing, Constance. You are not that particular thing, Constance. And these things have been embedded in you because of the things that you have gone through in your life, but that is not who you truly are. You ever saw yourself? It made me. I'll give a perfect is another example of when I was looking for a house last year. My realtor was trying to get me to buy these houses that I really wasn't attracted to, and my spirit was telling me it's just not the right time to purchase. And we would keep going in these neighborhoods, and I'm like, this is not me. And that it's like you have the opportunity to make a choice as to who you are going to be. Are you going to be what the enemy is telling you are, or are you going to be what the Most High is telling you that you are? You have a choice. It is your soul. Remember, these entities, they do not have a body. So they want to latch on to you so that they can fulfill their particular goal. The only way to starve them out, to me, I guess there's several ways, but fasting is a way. And when you fast, what I learned is that it's not that these problems or these issues or these demons won't ever try to arise again in your life, because you know they come back harder. But it's just that you continuously fast. You continuously consecrate yourself. You continuously stay in a prayer mindset, speaking over your life, speaking authority, walking in authority. When people are depressed, when people are experiencing anxiety, when people are experiencing any sort of major problem in their life, it's demons, it's the devil trying to steal their destiny, trying to take them off their course, trying to make them feel like their past is their future, which is a lie. So I have come to tell anybody who is willing to listen that you do not fight this battle alone, that you are not alone in any sort of struggle, that the Most High is always with you, and that whatever the enemy has forecasted for you is a lie. My question to you, are you going to believe the truth, or will you believe a lie? I'll give you another example, just being transparent. The Most High told me doubt is one of the things that I have been struggling with and still have struggled with since my childhood, and fear and rejection. So these things have been bubbling. I've been fighting and warring with these things. That's why I've been offline, because I said that I would rather heal myself, however long it takes to heal and to be better, than to try to to be out in the open. I just want to make sure that I'm in a genuine state of healing before I come in and try to help other people. But when these, like I said, when these things are bubbling below the surface, It's always an attack on your identity. And so, what the enemy does is he uses those outward symptoms, those things to keep you off course, to keep your mind running, your thoughts in the wrong place, so that you won't pursue which belongs to you. But once you know it, you just have to keep on fighting. That's what I mainly wanted to say this morning, because there's a lot of things that are attacking us that are from our lineage. There's a lot of things that are attacking us that is from childhood. But guess what? You have already won in the spiritual realm. And the Most High told me, the Holy Spirit told me this morning, like, Constance, you are not this. You are not that particular thing. You are not whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, I said, but what do you mean? I can see whatever, blah, blah. I can see this, whatever. But the enemy told me, he said, that's demons. Those are demonic strongholds that have come to make you believe that you are certain things, so you won't achieve the next thing that you're supposed to achieve. Do y'all know how many books that I've written that aren't published? And I'm a poet too. Do you know how much work I have? I could literally have thousands of, I won't say thousands of books, but a lot. I have a lot of material. But it was fear that held me back. It was fear. It was rejection. And it was making me think the things that I had been attached to, the people in my family that I had been attached to. Do you understand how there's associated demons in your family as well, and how people feel comfortable with you being uncomfortable? Spirits feel comfortable with you being out of place. They do. And they try to attack you from other sources as well. I have come to tell you that it's time to get out of your discomfort. It's time to move forward in your life. That is what I'm doing. That's why I'm up early. I'm about to go for a walk, get my morning started, and then I'm about to go to do my work. But you have to be willing to break the cycle. Women, men, if you are single, it is not because nobody wants to be with you. It is because you are genuinely protected. It is because you are genuinely protected. And the Most High has to bring you to a specific place in your life, a clean place. The Most High has to sanctify you before he can truly bless you with who you're supposed to be with. I go back to that house situation. We was looking at all those houses, and I walked into the houses and I said, in some of the houses, I said, well, this looks okay, but this isn't Constance. This doesn't have the kind of stainless steel appliances that I want. This is not the kind of granite countertop that I found to be beautiful. These are not real wooden floors like I want in my house. And the man was telling me, the realtor was like, just accept it. You just accept it. You're not going to find what you want, but the devil is a liar. See, when you just accept the bare minimum, you don't know how you miss out on your true blessing. Plenty of spirits have come into your life to tell you just accept your current circumstances. Just accept the fact that you got books that aren't published. Just accept the fact that, yeah, you may be working a good job, but you don't necessarily aren't living in your passion. Just accept it is a lie from the pit of hell. Anything that you are going through, I want you to sincerely be able to reflect on it, whether you write on it, whether you speak it out. Whatever you know that you are dealing with, deal with it. Because when you deal with these things, you're not only dealing with it for your own good, but you're dealing with it for the greater good and the good of your children and the good of your lineage. Don't just accept what is given to you. Don't just accept what people tell you you are worth, what people tell you you can have, but it's what the Creator has set aside for you that you should be accepting. And the Creator has set aside some wonderful things for me. And when I got a vision of my house, I see the backyard. I see the way the inside look. I know what I love because I want a garden, y'all. I want to be able to plant some roses, and I want to be able to have some fruits or some vegetables in my backyard. I always had this vision. So when somebody is telling me to accept something that is not the vision that the Most High has given to me, what identity are they trying to give to me that is not my true identity, and why? And you also got to ask yourself, why are people so comfortable with me being uncomfortable? Is it maybe because they didn't fight their own demons? Is it maybe because they accepted less, so they feel like you should accept less? I have come to you to tell you that you have your soul. Your soul is at stake, and if you don't deal with it, the enemy will sabotage your life and sabotage your lineage. Deal with whatever you got going on. Don't just let it roll over. Don't just say, I'll do it tomorrow. Don't just say, one day I'll figure it out. If you know what your problem is at this very moment, deal with it. It's going to be painful to deal with certain things. That's why I was almost offline 3 years, because I've been dealing with myself. And I haven't always dealt with myself correctly. But I figured I'd rather find myself than be out in the world lost. I'd rather figure out who I was as an individual and what I genuinely want than to be wondering where I am in this world lost, trying to figure out if I'm acceptable or not. When the Most High always already accepted me from the day that I was born. Get your stuff together. Get your head out of the world. Your head out. People are so focused on what celebrities are doing or what that person is doing. Get your soul together so that you can be blessed and be ready for the blessings that the Most High has for you. Don't accept any identity that is not your true identity. Don't accept anything, just anything that somebody is just trying to give to you, because you genuinely deserve the best. But if you haven't dealt with that poverty mindset, if you haven't dealt with that rejection, if you haven't dealt with that fear, if you haven't dealt with the things that are bubbling underneath the surface, how can your vision be clear? If you haven't dealt with those things, if you haven't tried to dig deep within yourself, how can you really move forward? A lot of times we are blaming a lot of outside things, but it's good to figure out how to deal with yourself. The best thing that you can have in this life is peace. As I said in my last video that I put on YouTube, your body is the only place that you'll ever live, besides when you are released from this earth in this particular realm. So right now, your body is the place that you're living. Respect your body. Heal your body. Get your body prepared for the next level. Don't let anything enter it or mistreat it. There's so many things that was on my mind this morning, but what I wanted to mostly say is just respect and deal with yourself and heal yourself, because you deserve not the scraps, but you deserve the best. In my life, people have tried to always hand me just something. And I was like, well, why are these people just handing me some random stuff? It's because maybe I was dealing with things on a subconscious level, dealing with stuff, saying maybe I didn't deserve but so much. But I deserve the best. But in order for you to have the best, you have to have patience. Cause you can't just run out there and try to just go ahead and get whatever. You have to have some patience, and you have to be willing to see the truth of what you're dealing with. My people, have just come to share a word. It is time to heal, because there is no more time to waste on these emotions that are not going to fulfill the will of the Most High. There's no more time to waste on these feelings or on the things of the past. It is time to move forward and live in the future. You live in the future by dealing with those spirits, by dealing with those demons, by starving them out, knowing that they do not have authority over your life. Remember, they do not have a body. And once they have used you up or anyone up, they're moving on to the next person. So they have come to stagnate you. They have come to steal and kill and destroy. They have come to utilize your body, your mind, until you have been destroyed. What are you going to do? What identity are you following? Figure that out, and figure out how you can genuinely heal and deal with yourself. It's one thing to be before the world and be a certain thing, but the Most High knows your heart. The Most High knows your soul. I have just come to say, figure it out.